Aruna ma'am, please start ma'am.
ईशानां जगतोऽस्य वेङ्कटपते विष्णोः परां प्रेयसी तत्वक्षस्थलनित्यवासरसिकां तत्शान्तिसंवर्धिनी पद्मालङ्कृतपाणि वत्सल सर्वशेषिन् स्वामिन् सुशील सुलभाश्रित पारिजात श्रीवेङ्कटेश चरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये आनूपुरार्पित सुजात सुकन्ति पुष्प सौरभ्य सौरभकरौ समसन्निवेशौ सौम्यौ सदानुभवनेऽपि नवानुभाव्यौ श्रीवेङ्कटेश चरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये सत्यो विकासि समुदित्वर सान्द्र राग सौरभ्य निर्भर सरोरुह साम्यवार्ताम् सम्यक्षु साहस पदेषु विलेखयन्तौ श्रीवेङ्कटेश चरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये रेखामयत्वज सुताकलशात पत्र वज्राङ्कुशाम्बुर्ह चक्रैः भव्यैरलङ्कृत थलौ परतत्त्वचिह्नैः श्रीवेङ्कटेश चरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये ताम्रोधरत्युति पराजित पद्मरागौ बाह्यैर्महोभिरभिभूत महेन्द्रनीलौ उद्यन्नकांसुभिरुधस्त शशाङ्गभासौ श्रीवेङ्कटेश चरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये
सप्रमे भीति कमलाकर पल्लवाभ्यां संवाहनेऽपि सपति क्लममादधानौ कान्ताववाङ्मानसगोचर सौकुमार्यौ श्रीवेङ्कटेश चरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये लक्ष्मी महीततनुरूप निजानुभाव नीलादि दिव्य महिषीकर पल्लवानाम् आरुण्य संक्रमण दक्षिल शान्तरागौ श्रीवेङ्कटेश चरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये नित्यानमत्विति शिवादि किरीट कोटि प्रत्युक्त तीर्थ नवरत्न महप्ररोहैः नीराजन विधिमुदारमुपातदानौ श्रीवेङ्कटेश चरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये विष्णोः पते परम इत्युदित प्रशंसौ यौ मत्व उत्सैधि भोग्य तयाप्युपार्थौ भूयस्ततेति तव पाणितल प्रतिष्ठौ श्रीवेङ्कटेश शरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये पार्थाय तत्तृषसारदिनात्वयैव यौ दर्शितौ स्वचरणौ शरणं व्रजेति भूयो विमर्यमिगतौ करदर्शितौ ते श्रीवेङ्कटेश चरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये मन्मूर्तिनिकालिय फने विकटाटवीषु श्रीवेङ्कटाद्रिशिखरे शिरसि श्रुतीनां सिद्धेभ्यनन्य मनसां सममाहितौ वेङ्कटेश चरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये
अम्लानहृष्य दवनीतलकीर्णपुष्पौ श्रीवेङ्कटाद्रिशिखराभरणायमानौ आनन्दिताखिलमनोनयनौ तवैतौ श्रीवेङ्कटेश चरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये प्रायः प्रपन्न जनता प्रथमावगाह्यौ मातुस्तनाविव शिशोरमृतायमानौ प्राप्तौ परस्परतुलामतुलान्तरौ ते श्रीवेङ्कटेश चरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये सत्वोत्तरैः सततसेव्य पदाम्बुजेन संसारतारकदयाद्रदृगञ्चलेन सौम्योपयन्तृमुनिना मम दर्शितौ ते श्रीवेङ्कटेश चरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये सत्वोत्तरैः सततसेव्य पदाम्बुजेन संसारतारकदयाद्रदृगञ्चलेन सौम्योपयन्तृमुनिना मम दर्शितौ ते श्रीवेङ्कटेश चरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये श्रीशश्रिया घटिकया त्वदुपाय भावे प्राप्ये त्वयि स्वयमुपायतया स्फुरन्त्या नित्याश्रिताय निरवद्य गुणाय तुभ्यं स्यां किङ्करो वृषगिरीश न जातु मह्यम् श्रीशश्रिया घटिकया त्वदुपाय भावे प्राप्ये त्वयि स्वयमुपाय नित्याश्रिताय निरवद्य गुणाय तुभ्यं स्यां किङ्करो वृषगिरीश न जातु मह्यम् श्री वेङ्कटेश मङ्गलाशासनम् श्रियः कान्ताय कल्याणनिधये निधयेऽर्थिनां श्रीवेङ्कटनिवासाय श्रीनिवासाय मङ्गलम् श्रियः कान्ताय कल्याणनिधये निधयेऽर्थिनां श्रीवेङ्कटनिवासाय श्रीनिवासाय मङ्गलम् लक्ष्मी सविभ्रमलोकसुभ्रुविभ्रम चक्षुषे चक्षुषे सर्वलोकानां वेङ्कटेशाय मङ्गलम् श्रीवेङ्कटाद्रिशृङ्गाग्रमङ्गलाभरणाङ्घ्रये मङ्गलानां निवासाय श्रीनिवासाय मङ्गलम् सर्वावयवसौन्दर्यसम्पदा सर्वचेतसां तदा सम्मोहनायास्तु वेङ्कटेशाय नित्याय निरवध्याय सत्यानन्दचिदात्मने सर्वान्तरात्मने श्रीमद्वेङ्कटेशाय मङ्गलम् स्वतः सर्वविदे सर्वशक्तये सर्वशेषिणे सुलभाय सुशीलाय वेङ्कटेशाय मङ्गलम् परस्मै ब्रह्मणे पूर्णकामाय परमात्मने प्रयुञ्चे परतत्त्वाय वेङ्कटेशाय मङ्गलम्। हरि ओम् गुरुजी।
हरिः ओम्। शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये लक्ष्मीनाथसमारम्भां नाथयामुनमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे परम्पराम् विना वेङ्कटेशं ननाथो ननाथः सदा वेङ्कटेशं स्मरामि स्मरामि हरे वेङ्कटेश प्रसीद प्रसीद प्रियं वेङ्कटेश प्रयच्छ प्रयच्छ। ओम नमो वेङ्कटेशाय। My pranams everybody. Let's start from sloka number 8 of Mangala Sasanam. So let's have the first volunteer.
Dakshayani ma'am. Dakshayani ma'am. Please unmute and recite ma'am.
ओम नमो वेंकटेशाय गुरुजी।
ओम नमो वेङ्कटेशाय। आकारतत्त्वम्
आकारतत्त्व आकारतत्त्व
मश्रान्त
मश्रान्त मश्रान्त
मात्मना
मात्मना मात्मना
मनुपश्यताम्
मनुपश्यताम् मनुपश्यताम्
अतृप्त्य
अतृप्त्य अतृप्त्य
मृतरूपाय
मृतरूपाय Mrutarupaya
Venkateshaya Mangalam.
Venkateshaya Mangalam. Venkateshaya Mangalam.
Thank you. Next person.
Kala ma'am. Kala ma'am. You can unmute and recite ma'am.
Namaskaram, Guruji.
We'll do Namaskaram. Let's do quarter by quarter. Akara tattva mashranta.
Akara tattva masranta. Akara tattva masranta.
Matmana manupashyatam.
Pashyatam. Matmana manupashyatam.
Atruptyamruta rupaya.
Atrupta mrutarupaya. Atrupya mitrurupaya. Mrutarupaya.
Venkateshaya Mangalam.
Venkatesaya Mangalam. Venkatesaya Mangalam.
Thank you. Next person.
Roshini ma'am. You can unmute and recite ma'am. Roshini ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's do half up. Akara tattva mashrantam atmana manupashyatam.
Akala tattva mashranta manupatyam pashyamam. Akala tattva mashranta manupashyatam.
Matmana manupashyatam.
Matmana manupashyatam. Matmana manupashyatam.
Atruptyamruta rupaya Venkateshaya Mangalam.
Atruptyamrutarupaya Venkateshaya Mangalam. Atruptyamrutarupaya Venkatesaya Mangalam.
Thank you. Next person.
Shyamala Venkata Perumal ma'am. Shyamala Venkata Perumal ma'am. You can unmute and recite ma'am. Shyamala ma'am. Your mic is available.
Ma'am.
Hari Om. Let's do the full sloka slowly. Akara tattvam ashrantam atmana manupashyatam. Atruptyamruta rupaya Venkateshaya Mangalam.
Akalatvatmashrantamatmana manubhasyatam. Atruptyamrutarupaya Venkateshaya Mangalam. Akalatvatmashrantamatmana manubhasyatam. Atruptyamrutarupaya Venkateshaya Mangalam.
Thank you. Let's see the meaning. Venkateshaya Mangalam. To that Lord of Isha, that Lord of this Venkatagiri, let that be auspicious to you. So he's talking about, now he's talking about the Bhagavan Sarupam. Earlier we talked about the Paramatma Sarupam, Paramatma Purna Kam, Parasmai Brahmane Purna Kamaya Paramatmani, Prayunje Paratatvaya Venkatesham. That's what it is, Paratatvam. The same Paratatvam is manifesting in this Venkatagiri hills as Lord Venkatesha in that form. So Akaram, some books may contain Akalam. Akalam is also okay, but the better meaning you can derive by having the Akara. Akalam means that is starting from the time. That means he's Bhagavan's Kala Tattvam and the Tattvam beyond the Kala Tattvam. That is, he's beyond the time also. So in that sense, that is one meaning of that. Some books may contain Akalam, but the real meaning will be evident if you have interpreted as Akara Tattvam. Akara means the form, Rupam, Bhagavan's form, Tattvam. That means the truth behind that Bhagavan's Tattvam, the Rupam. Ashrantam. Shrantam means getting tired. So Bhagavan is never tired. He's ever enthusiastic. He's always, creating this universe, sustaining this universe, blessing all his devotees, fulfilling all that desires. He's very enthusiastic. Ashrantam. He never gets tired. He says, only then I have created so many times, people have not come back to me. So why should I spend all my time in creating this universe and providing all this, these Vedas, Shastras, Upanishads, everything I provided for people to come back to me, but they are not doing it. So I've created n number of times, people are not coming. So he's waiting till the last person comes to him. So Ashrantam, he is never tired. So he's very enthusiastic. Ashrantam, Atmanam Anupashyatam. So Atmanam is through our mind. Anupashyatam, we are able to see the form of when you sit in meditation, you are able to see the form of the Lord. That is Lord Venkateshwara in your meditation. A man who is very enthusiastic and he has got a beautiful form, which is which is very evident when you see the Bhagavan, or when you sit in meditation and think and mentally conceive the Bhagavan's form. So that's what is Anupashyatam. Pasya means to see. So if you're seeing very close to closer is Anupashyatam. Atrupti Amrita Rupaya. But in spite of seeing all these things, Atrupti, because you are not satisfied. Trupti means satisfaction. You are not satisfied at all, because it is Amrita Swarupa, because it is it's a this nectar like. So because the form of the Bhagavan is so nectar like, you don't feel satisfied. You get some vision, then immediately he vanishes, then again you sit again, you then start looking at the form of the Bhagavan. Even physically, when you go to the Tirumala temples, why do they say Jaragandi, Jaragandi? Because if a person stands, he can stand for hours, still he will not be satisfied with seeing the form of the Lord. So that's the beauty of the Bhagavan's, that is the greatness of the Bhagavan's Amrita Swarupam, Amrita Rupam, and this Tirumala hills. And therefore, people are not satisfied with what they are, even if they have, even if they sit for half an hour, 1 hour, 1.5 hours, 2 hours, they will never be satisfied. So even if they come out, if somebody says, or kuch there, so some more time, please give me some more time, I want to have the vision. That's what you beg before this, this security people. Just give me a few minutes, a few seconds. I just want to have some more glimpse of the Lord. So that's the beauty of the Bhagavan's form. That's why he's called as Ara Amudam. In Kumbhakonam, the Bhagavan, the Lord is called as Ara Amudam. Ara Amudam. Ara Amudam. Amudam means nectar. That is Amritam. Ara means Aparyamritan. That's what is the Sanskrit name for the Sharangapani is Aparyamritan. That means you will never be satisfied, because you will keep on drinking through your eyes the beauty of the Lord. You will keep on spending more time, etc. If you go to Tirumala, if you want to stay for 3 days, first day you had darshan. Supposing on the second day somebody comes and say there's a possibility of getting one more darshan, you don't say, no, yesterday I had the darshan, so it's enough for me. You don't say that, once again I want to go and have darshan. Third day also I want to go have darshan. So that is what Bhagavan, such is the greatness, that is the Amritam. In fact, in Laukika matters, what they call in economics is the law of diminishing marginal utility applies. So supposing if somebody offers you gulab jamun, which you like the most, the first gulab jamun, you are so happy, you are delighted having the first gulab. He is offering you a second. Okay, let me take the second. Go on, and then finally, when supposing he's offering the 10th gulab jamun, you will say enough. The first gulab jamun, which was the source of joy and happiness to you, the 10th gulab jamun becomes the source of pain, because the moment you eat that, then there's a problem in your stomach pain and all those things. So it is the same gulab jamun. There's no difference between the first and the 10th gulab jamun, because it was made from the same batch. But each one, it doesn't give the same amount of satisfaction. Whereas Bhagavan, when you have the darshan again and again, you are never satisfied. So that is why he's called as Atrupta Amrita Rupa. Such kind of a beautiful form that Bhagavan has got, Amrita Rupam, which is so delightful, and then he is giving this happiness to you, Amritam, like the nectar. Such to that Venkatesa, my blessing, let that be auspicious to. That's what he's saying. So when you think of the truth of the Bhagavan's form, the Lord Venkateshwara, and who is never tired and is always enthusiastic to bless all his devotees, then when you meditate upon that form of the Lord in your mind, you get the form of the Lord, which is never. So we are never satisfied with how many times you have darshan of the Lord. You are never satisfied, because he's so Amrita Swarupa, he's so delightful, and then gives you happiness to that Lord Venkatesha. Then let that be auspicious. So let's move on to the next sloka.
Velamal Molika Vasakam, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
You can recite, ma'am.
Prayasva charanau pumsam.
Prayasva charanau pumsam. Prayasva charanau pumsam.
It is not praya, it is praya. Prayasva charanau pumsam.
Prayasva charanau pumsam. Prayasva charanau pumsam.
Sharanyatvena panina.
Sharanyatvena panina. Sharanyatvena panina.
Kripaya dishate Srimad.
Kripaya tishate Srimad. Kripaya tishate Srimad.
Venkateshaya Mangalam.
Venkateshaya Mangalam. Venkateshaya Mangalam.
Mangalam. Ga. Mangalam.
Mangalam. La.
Ga. Mangalam.
Mangalam.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Next
Thank
person.
Mukunda Shri ma'am. You can unmute and
Namaste,
recite.
Guruji.
Namaste. Let's do half of sloka.
Okay.
Prayasva charano pumsam sharanyatvena panina.
Praya sarva charanam pumsam saranyatvana panina. Praya swacharanam pumsa saranyatvana panina.
So let's do slowly. Prayasva charanau.
Prayasvara charanam.
Prayasva charanau.
Prayasvacharanam.
Correct. Once again.
Prayasvacharanam.
Pumsam
Pumsam
sharanyatvena panina.
Saranyattvena panina.
Kripaya dishate Srimad Venkateshaya Mangalam.
Krupaya disate Srimad Venkateshaya Mangalam. Krupaya disate Srimad Venkateshaya Mangalam.
Okay, it is Venkateshaya, not Venkateshaya. Okay, right. Next person.
Venkateshaya Mangalam.
Venkateshaya.
Venkateshaya.
Not long. Ve.
Okay. Venkateshaya Mangalam.
Venkateshaya Mangalam.
Okay, sir. Venkateshaya Mangalam.
Not va. Veng. Say Veng. Veng. Venkatesh. Not va.
Venkateshaya.
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 Correct. Okay. Next person.
Thank you, sir.
Sridevi Rama Subramaniam ma'am. Sridevi Rama Subramaniam ma'am, you can unmute and recite.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's do the full sloka. Prayasva charano. Namaste. Prayasva charano pumsam sharanyatvena panina. Kripaya dishate Srimad Venkateshaya Mangalam.
Prayasvacharanau pumsam saranyatvena panina. Kripaya dishate Srimad Venkateshaya Mangalam. Prayasvacharanau pumsam saranyatvena panina. Kripaya dishate Srimad Venkateshaya Mangalam.
Thank you. Let's see. So Srimad Venkateshaya Mangalam, one who is along with Mahalakshmi, Padmavati Taya in Tirumala Hills. That Venkatesha, let that be auspicious to you. That's what it is. Now, prayaha means almost. Swacharano pumsam sharanyatvena pan. That means panina. That means his right hand is pointing. His fingers are pointing towards. The four fingers are pointing downwards. Towards what? Swacharano. It is pointing towards his own feet, his holy feet, Bhagavan's feet. Pumsam for all the people, all the jivatmas who are coming and having darshan. Bhagavan is pointing out his pani. That means his right hand, the four fingers towards his holy feet. For what purpose? Sharanyatvena. This is the place where you have got to surrender. Oh my son, oh my children. This is the place where you have got to surrender. And that's why he is giving this mudra, showing all his fingers towards his holy feet. Kripaya. That means he's doing it out of love and affection or compassion towards Dishate. He's showing. So that means almost. So he's almost saying that please come and surrender at my feet. Praya, almost. So he's saying he's showing his right palm towards his own holy feet to all the people who come and then have his darshan, saying that out of his compassion, he's saying that this is the place where you have got to come and take shelter under my holy feet. So the person who is doing that, Lord Venkatesha, we are always along with Mahalakshmi Tayar. So let that be auspicious to you. So Bhagavan is with his right hand is showing the holy feet asking the people to surrender at his holy feet. To that Venkatesha, my salute, let that be auspicious. That is what is being said in this sloka. Let's move on to the next sloka.
Visalakshi ma'am. Visalakshi ma'am, please unmute and recite, ma'am.
Jai Shri Ram.
Jai Shri Ram. Dayamrita Taranganyas.
Dayamrita Taranginyas. Dayamrita Taranginyas.
Tarangairiva Sheetalaihi.
तरङ्गैरिव शीतलैः तरङ्गैरिव शीतलैः
Apangais Sinchate Vishwam.
अभाङ्गैः सिञ्चते विश्वम् अभाङ्गैः सिञ्चते विश्वम्
Venkateshaya Mangalam.
वेङ्कटेशाय मङ्गलम् वेङ्कटेशाय मङ्गलम्.
Thank you. Next person.
Uma Prasanna ma'am. Uma Prasanna ma'am, you can unmute and recite.
Namo Narayana Guru Garu.
Namo Narayana. Let's do half of sloka. Dayamrita Taranginyas Tarangairiva Sheetalaihi.
Dayamruta Taranginyas Tarangai. Dayamruta Taranginyas Tarangairiva Sheetalaihi.
Apangais Sinchate Vishwam Venkateshaya Mangalam.
Apangai Sinchate Vishwam Venkateshaya Mangalam. Apangai Sinchate Vishwam Venkateshaya Mangalam.
So, thank you. Next person.
Hamida ma'am. Can you unmute and recite, ma'am? Hamida ma'am. Hamida ma'am. Your mic is available. Jansi Rani ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Namaskaram,
Okay,
ma'am.
Namaskaram. Let's do the full sloka.
Namaskaram.
Dayamrita Taranginyas Tarangairiva Sheetalaihi. Apangais Sinchate Vishwam Venkateshaya Mangalam.
Dayamruta Taranginya Tarangairiva Sheetalaihi Abakai Sinchade Vishwam Venkateshaya Mangalam. Dayamruta Taranginya Tarangairiva Sheetalaihi Abakai Sinchade Vishwam Venkateshaya Mangalam.
Thank you. Let's move on to the meaning of this sloka. So,
Thank
Sri
you, Guruji.
Venkateshaya Mangalam. Let there be auspiciousness to Lord Venkatesha. Daya Amrita Taranginyaha Tarangai Eva Sheetalit. Daya Amrita. Daya means the ocean. Amrita means that the nectar of this compassion is like a ocean. Tarangini means Taranga means waves. So the one which has got waves is the ocean. So ocean Tarangini refers to ocean. Taranginyaha. So it is like a Bhagavan's compassion is like a complete ocean filled with nectar. That means it is full of joy, happiness. So Dayamrita Taranginyaha Tarangaihi Iva Sheetalaihi. So Bhagavan, so Apangaihi Sinchate, that means he has got the side glances. Through the side glances, even the Kataksh, we say even if a little bit of Kataksham Bhagavan gives it to us, then that is a great blessing. So through his side glances, Apangaihi Sinchate is blessing all of us, protecting all of us, Vishwam, the entire universe. Bhagavan is protecting this entire universe by just his side, the side glances that he showers on all of us. It is like, Taranga Iva Sheetalaihi, this ocean of this compassion, of this mercy, that is that kind of a bliss. It is like the waves, the waves that are coming from the comings, which are like very cool. Sheetala means very cool waves that are coming from the ocean. So Bhagavan is like the ocean. Bhagavan is the complete compassion of ocean. That's what this Vedanta says. Is Daya, the Daya Sagar. Bhagavan Venkatesa is like the ocean of this mercy, ocean of mercy, compassion, full of full of bliss, Ananda Swarupam. And out of his, from this bliss, the waves are like the the side glances that are coming out of the Bhagavan's eyes, the side glances. That itself is sufficient to protect this entire universe. That itself is sufficient to give the complete grace to the entire universe. So that is like the waves coming from the ocean. Waves is only a very infinitesimally small portion. So like the Bhagavan's ocean, these are only very small portions that are coming out of this Bhagavan's eyes. That is what is protecting this universe. That's what is being meant by this sloka. To that Lord Venkatesha, who is the ocean of mercy, who through the ocean of mercy and through his side glances is protecting the universe like the waves of the ocean. To that Venkatesha, let that be auspicious. Maybe let's do one more sloka so that we'll have only 3 slokas for tomorrow. Next person.
Nagalakshmi Upalla ma'am. Nagalakshmi Upalla ma'am. You can unmute and recite.
Om Namo Narayana, sir.
Om Namo Narayanam. Sragbhushambarhetinam.
Sragbhushambarhetinam. Sragbhushambarhetinam.
Sushamavahamurtaye.
Sushamavahamurtaye. Sushamavahamurtaye.
Sarvarti Shamanayastu.
Sarvarti Samanayastu. Sarvarti Samanayastu.
Venkateshaya Mangalam.
Venkateshaya Mangalam. Venkateshaya Mangalam.
Next person.
M. Loganayagi ma'am. M. Loganayagi ma'am. You can unmute and recite. M. Loganayagi educator ID ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Sragbhushambarhetinam Sushamavahamurtaye.
Sragbhushambarhetinam Sushamavahamurtaye. Sragbhushambarhetinam Sushamavahamurtaye.
Sarvarti Shamanayastu Venkateshaya Mangalam.
Sarvarti Shamanayastu Venkateshaya Mangalam. Sarvarti Shamanayastu Venkateshaya Mangalam.
Thank you. Next person.
Srilata Chapidi ma'am. Srilata ma'am. Your mic is available ma'am. You can unmute and recite.
Namaskaram, sir.
Namaskaram. Full sloka slowly. Sragbhushambarhetinam Sushamavahamurtaye. Sarvarti Shamanayastu Venkateshaya Mangalam.
Shragbhushambarhetinam Sushamavahamurtaye. Sarvarti Shamanayastu Venkateshaya Mangalam. Shragbhushambarhetinam Sushamavahamurtaye. Sarvarti Shamanayastu Venkateshaya Mangalam.
Thank you. Let's see the meaning of that. Venkateshaya Mangalam Astu. Let there be auspiciousness to Lord Venkatesha, that is the Lord of Venkatagiri. So, Srag, Bhusha, Ambara, Hetina. So, Srag means, this garlands. Ambara, Srag, Bhusha, Bhushana. Bhusha means all these abharanams, the jewels. Ambara means cloths. Hetina means all the weapons, the Shankha Chakra that Bhagavan is with, the Gada and all those things. These are all these 4 things, all these things are what? Susham. Susham Avaha. That means they are getting this beauty deriving from Avaha, deriving from what? Murti, Bhagavan's body, Bhagavan's form only. We think that, but we are beautifying Bhagavan by, having these garlands, etc. For us, it is okay. When we wear the jewels, when we wear the garland, etc., we are trying to beautify our body. But in the case of Bhagavan, it is not the Bhagavan who is getting beautified by getting beauty out of all these things. It is all these ornaments, the garland, they get beauty arising out of Bhagavan's form itself. In fact, in Srimad Ramayanam, it is said, the Kulasegarar says, I mean, we'll talk about Ramachandra Murthy. When Ramachandra Murthy, when he was going to the forest, removed all his jewels, etc., he was only wearing this, this Marauri, that is that, this, the what you call the cloth made up of all this, barks of the trees. So at that time, Bhagavan's beauty was much, much greater than when he was in the normal, when he was wearing this royal attire. So Bhagavan's beauty itself is so great. All these abharanams, etc., are being done only to reduce his beauty, so that there should not be any drishti on Bhagavan. So that means all these things, Bhagavan's, this garlands or the ornaments or the dress or the weapons, everything, they draw the beauty only from Bhagavan's form itself. So that is the source of beauty, and all these things only derive that. And that Bhagavan, what does he do? Sarva Arti Amanaya, Sarva Arti Shamana. Sarva Arti Shamana. So that means Arti means all our problems, all our issues. Sarva, all our issues, Bhagavan is able to neutralize all our problems and issues. That's why the Kanchi Perumal is called as Pranatarthi Haram. Pranata Arti Hara. Pranatarthi Prana Prakarshena Arti Hara. That means he's removing all this, the problems, all of us, and therefore he's called as Bhagavan is removing all our problems, and therefore he's called as Sarvarthi Shamana. Shamanaya Astu Venkatesa. So to let that be auspicious to that Venkatesa. That Bhagavan says in Gita, Artho Jignasu Artati Jnani Chaparati. There are 4 types of devotees. One type, for the first type of devotees, one is having problem, therefore is approaching Bhagavan to remove all his problems. So Bhagavan, that is what is being implied here. Bhagavan as the Arti Hara. That means one is able to remove all the sins. Is able to, all the problems for us. He's removing all the problems of his devotees, and therefore he is called as Sarva Arti Shamana. Shamanaya Astu Venkatesham. So let that be auspicious to Lord Venkateshwara. So that means all the ornaments, the garlands, the ornaments, the attire, and all these weapons, etc., everything draw their beauty only from Bhagavan's form, the Rupam. That is such a beautiful one. He is the source of beauty. And then he is the person who removes all the problems and pains of his devotees. To that Lord Venkateshwara, let that be auspicious. So that's what this shloka is. So we'll continue our discussion tomorrow. Hopefully complete the entire Mangala Sasana, and then let us see what we do day after tomorrow. Maybe one idea I have, so let's talk about it tomorrow after we complete that. Let's go for the closing prayer.
Sri Rama 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 Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattulyam Rama Nama Varanane Sri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattulyam Rama Nama Varanane Sri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattulyam Rama Nama Varanane Sri Rama Nama Varanana Om Nama Iti Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Sarvam Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you.
For the wonderful book.
Thank you. Dhanyavad.
Thank you so much, Guruji.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much, Guruji.
Thank you.